track, but like that shit where like Drake's like, oh yeah, similar cadence. Like, nah, bro, you stole his shit. Look, man, like, let's be real.
If you're listening, I'm probably like your number 3 fan. Drake is my man, 100 grand, but you stole that shit, like,
bro, like absolutely bit that shit. And also, if you're listening, listen, man, where's that Jamaican accent coming from? You were bar mitzvahed in Canada, bro.
That's exactly why I said I want to get into that cultural.
Let's be real. Yeah, we're talking cultural reappropriation. Like, yo, listen, what's this deal with your side ting? Like, bro, come on, man. Fired. Like, stop. Like, tell me what a bomba clot is, bro. Like, what the fuck is this? You were bar mitzvahed in Canada.
So that's exactly where I was going with it, to Drake Drizzy. He can't do that. He can't dabble in reggae a little bit. Okay, there's my answer. If you go to my YouTube channel,
unless it's in a joking way, like, have you ever
he's dead serious. He's dead serious.
I know he's dead serious. That's the issue. Like, have you ever heard like Busted go into that like Jamaican
Busted's
shit?
Jamaican, I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, even if he wasn't, it'd still be cool because like he pulls it off. Like, he's just got that swag. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm not even for real. I'm just doing this shit. Gotcha. Like, give me some more. Like, he's got that just like,
If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see his face when I said he can't do that. He looked at me like, I had 5 heads. But I think, like,
of course not. Just because he's half black, like from a dad that didn't fucking raise him, it's like, yo, bro, he went to a Jewish school and was bar mitzvahed. He's more Jewish than me, bro. So like, if I did a fucking Jamaican accent, I'd be like, I'd be looked at fucking sideways, man.
What gets me, if you ever watch Drake, like Drake's music in his interviews is different. If you listen to his interviews, like, we speak the same way. You know what I mean? I don't like that melody.
Not to be racist, but he's well spoken. Not well spoken for a black man. He's just well spoken in general.
If I listen to his interviews and I'm like, wow, if you just listen to an interview without seeing him and listen to his music without seeing him, you wouldn't even know that was the same dude.
It's not. Yeah, it's a total put on.
You think so? See, that's what got me.
It's a put on.
And I was talking about Drake was our Michael Jackson on Twitter, and this dude said to me, he said, Drake, I tried to find it actually, because I try to respond to everybody on Twitter.
Sure.
But, I have a lot of shit I have to scroll through. Sure. So I lost him in the mix. So I don't have the exact quote, but he was like, he's from Jamaica. He was like, actually in Jamaica, he took our culture and ran with it. Like, he took our style. He's not even from here. And I was thinking, like, he can't do that? Like, why?
Nah.
And he can't do that?
Nah.
Okay, there's my definitive answer. But I was curious because
it's not a matter of cultural reappropriation either. That it has nothing to do with that. Because if he came out with an album that was like all reggae,
he did. I fuck with Drake.
I get you. If he came out with an album that was like all reggae feels and like he had his own twist on it and shit like that, cool. But like, nah, it was all samples, bro. It was all samples. It was all, hey, yeah, let me sample this fucking pop contract. This is a dude who fucking died. I'm gonna probably get his licensing cheap and I'm gonna blow this shit up in the US. Like, bro, stop.
Okay.
Stop.
See,
yo, you want to be on some real shit? Like, yo, how many people who know who Drake is know who fucking Vybz Kartel is? What's good with that?
Okay.
You want to make that reggae scene pop? Like, what's fucking good?
You have an argument there. I'm gonna argue it, but let me see. It's I opened up my phone. It's 22 Drake songs on this album, right?
Mm-hmm.
You listen to the first one, Free Smoke. Hey, I listen to that. All right, fine. Finish Drake. Then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six tracks was a long way to get through for me. Where I'm like, what the fuck is this reggae shit? I don't listen to reggae at all. Nothing. I like the only reggae shit I have in my iTunes before I have music when you had to buy the shit is Buju Banton. I don't know what the album is called, but Till Shiloh, I think, or some shit. Right. I don't know whatever it is. The only reggae I've ever listened to in my entire life. Like, I can't get through one reggae song. personally, I'm like, Drake, this isn't what I like you for, bro. Like, I don't know, the Europe shit he's doing, that mix, this new shit he's doing, I don't know what that's about either.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I think that's some commercial shit that Apple has him doing to like, scoop up the next wave of music.
It's not that Apple has him doing. It's just that
you think it's him.
Dude, yeah, I think he's fucking lost it, man. I think he's lost
Drake has lost it. Can we get into the Drake? Can we get into the Drake debate?
Let's
we got time for this. Yeah, you tired,
bro?
Okay,
you kidding me?
All right. I feel like I want to see. Now I want to set up my phone so I could have two angles to this shit. Drake is our Michael Jackson.
I disagree strongly.
Let me. Listeners, you have to excuse me for one moment because this is. I feel like I've been holding this back, and I've never had a person worthy that I felt was worthy of arguing with. But this gentleman right here, Harrison Forbes, at That's Harrison on Twitter, is totally worth it because this man, like I said, I gave you all the backstory, so he qualified him. He's valid. I would argue with him about this.
I appreciate that.
Hey, no, I just say what I mean. So, as I was saying, Drake is our Michael Jackson, and you said...
I said no. I said, look, his early stuff is great. Just like Eminem's early stuff is great. Eminem's first 3 albums... No. First 4 albums, because there's that one, like, what's it called? Like,
fuck Eminem. It's been 10 years.
One called Infinity, and then Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, and the Eminem Show. And he had like a fuck ton after that are all garbage, as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, as far as Drake goes, every album after Take Care, I don't respect as a body of work.
Are you serious?
Straight up.
Oh my God, I can't
even that shit on my worst behavior. Yo, get the fuck out of here. If you listen to a track
what is that?
That was on the album after Take Care. That's why I referenced
with
it.
The shit in the clouds. I forget.
Yeah.
I bought those shits. Like, no,
me too.
I have the vinyl. I have the vinyl.
Okay, I don't have the vinyl.
I bought the vinyl because I have this dream of him signing it.
Okay.
I'm dead serious. Like,
but okay, so
nothing was the same. That was it.
Right. So like, yeah, with that shit, it's like, okay, if you think that's up to par, listen to like a track like The Calm, Say What's Real, Look What You've Done, and then follow it by Worst Behavior.
Okay.
Tell me how that flows.
Okay. There's something to that. But I think it's that versatility. Like, Drake.
Versatility from what? From like well, well thought out and well articulated to ignorant? Like, bro, why are you mispronouncing words on purpose when I hear you in interviews
and I know you speak
and you fucking over pronunciate like a goddamn Canadian? Like, stop it. Like, stop this started in a wheelchair, now I'm here shit.
Okay. So I think how do I say, to give you a little bit of how passionate I am about Drake. When Meek came out and said his fucking Twitter fingers said that he didn't write his own music, it actually made me a little bit sad. Like, I remember when Michael Jackson died, I was sitting in a girl's backyard, and I think I was on Twitter or some shit. I don't know what I was doing, but I was like, "Oh, Michael Jackson died," and someone was like, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Nah, I wouldn't make that up." And it was like a moment, like, "Oh shit!" Like, I just happened to open up my phone and whatever was on, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, shocking, yeah.
When I saw that Drake didn't write his own music, I got the chills, and I was like, "Oh." Because I felt like, yo, the shit this guy raps about, I don't know what it is, but I was so connected to it. And I'm like, yo, his fucking...
Because it was real. Initially, it was real.
I think that, but I was so invested because his initial... I don't know what summer it was, but I remember his first song I ever heard from him is like, Wayne's here. Oops, I mean a red clue. Rain's here. Wayne's here. Sue, whatever the fuck he said or whatever it was. I forget the song, and it was right after that, So Far Gone. So it was
Okay.
like I didn't hear So Far
That's
Gone
a
when it
little
officially
late.
came out.
Yeah.
But it was whatever came out
late.
after that, I was like, oh shit. And I would listen to the words he said in this problem with women. And I'm like, he has, at the time I'm like, oh, you got problems. You got women problems too. I'm like, all right, this guy gets it. And then as his progression came, I'm like, oh shit, take a shot for me. I'm like, oh shit, like this guy gets it. And it was his lyrics that got me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was so articulate and like he really kind of he demonstrated like the depth of like his emotional spectrum and like how much he understands and also like his perception of things. Like I said, like I mean, Say What's Real is probably my favorite track ever because it's just like it's so there's shit where he gets so like and on Look What You've Done where it's like that shit about his uncle and his mom and it's just like this is real. You can't make it up. Like stop.
Even up to Nothing Was the Same. Like we just talked about.
Like how do you?
I think the song like Come Through. Girl, we got things to do. When he said, who used to sleep on the floor with you when you lived in the basement?
That's what I'm
promise,
saying.
I was with a girl and I went to her crib, back to her house. The bitch didn't have a mattress. And I was like, oh shit. We slept on the floor together. And that was a real, like I went there and I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, I wanted to just go home like, all right, fuck this. But you can't come back to my house.
That's
but
a
whatever.
deal breaker,
But no, that's a true story. When I heard that shit, when he said that, I'm like, yo, that was a defining moment. Like that was like 2013. I'm like, this motherfucker understands me.
Laid that night.
You know how long you know me, bro?
Yeah, come on.
But I'm like, yo, this guy gets me. So. I'm bringing you up to speed that's how, like, I'm telling you, like, that very moment, I'm like, yo, that's a fucking real moment. Like, that's love. Like, whatever the fuck it is at the moment.
All right, now let me take you from, like, that shit where it's, like, it really captures, like, the emotion of, like, literally such an emotionally complex, like, situation where he's literally, like, in a lot of the songs, it's, like, you have like the pros and cons and like the dissonance within his like relationships with people. And let me take you from that to I think I need some Robitussin. Like, okay.
Okay. Cool. See, that I'll give you, but I don't know. See, this is why I want to meet Trick one day. I think that's for that he just has to throw that out to gather the kids.
For who?
Not everyone's like this podcast. I don't give a fuck if it's 5 hours. I don't give a fuck if we're drinking brisk iced tea and Jameson not in the microphone because I want to be respectful to the listeners in that point. But I don't give a fuck if we ramble and don't even we just keep going in circles. I don't give a fuck about that because I do this shit for me. Not everyone's like that. Like some people will do shit to impress the masses. So I think that's where he has those celebrity moments where he has to, in order for him to maintain that shit and keep scooping up the new listeners, he has to hit him with some Migos shit that doesn't make any sense every once in a while. Like,
you know what? It's like I can respect that if it was on some shit like Hotline Bling. Not that I like that song or respect that song. I think.
Are you serious?
What, Hotline Bling?
You don't fuck with Hotline Bling?
Not even remotely.
That's so crazy to me. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I'm ever hearing this, and I saved this talk with this guy.
Also, can we talk about that video for a second?
Yo, his dance moves are fire.
It might be more offensive than the Pepsi commercial.
No, his dance moves are fire.
Bro.
Are you serious?
Stop. You used to. Come on, stop.
His dance moves are fire.
For real, though.
I can't even believe you right now. I'm hurt. But I forget what song it is.
Stop that.
I would play it right now, but I can't. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to run through it. But in a Drake song, he's just rambling. He's like, I don't take naps. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I was listening to it, and I'm like, don't do that. Like, this latest album is where he really, like, he lost me a little bit, and he took a lot of controversy. I don't know if you heard like Joe Budden's take on Views, his albums. Like Joe Budden was like, "What are you, depressed, motherfucker? What the fuck is wrong with you? What are you going through?"
I mean, I've fucked with Joe Budden since day one when he blew with Pump It Up, like,
and we were friends at that time. Like we were around each other at that time, and I remember, and I fuck with Joe because Joe. This Rage in the Machine,
the album with A-Rap Music,
right.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
I listened to that also.
Although Joe, like I could hear a lot of people are like a lot